Whoa, everybody. Am I recording yet? Is
You
it
are
happening
recording.
now? Whoa,
Where
everybody.
are
It's
you?
Awestruck. Where are you? Where are you?
I'm so
voice?
sorry.
Where are you, detached voice, AI voice, saying that you're recording now? So, Awestruck Comics Podcast. Everyone, check out the YouTubes. Everyone, check out. You can watch it on Spotify. I think now Apple's trying to do a video component. I saw something the other day, and
As
then I
they
have to go
should.
through a different thing. My God, they're
You
like the biggest
remember
pain. They're a big
App,
pain in the ass.
Apple used to innovate,
Big pain in the
now
ass.
and now they just replicate.
Now they just replicate. Yeah, ever since at a certain point when Samsungs were just outperforming different things, and now we're gonna get a fold phone. Okay, fold phone, like the new iPhones will be a fold phone.
Don't
We
I
basically
don't
just
I
it's
don't
all tablets.
I don't want that.
You're
I've
getting
never
it.
seen a fold phone where I liked it.
You're gonna
My
get
friend
it.
my
You're
friends
gonna
will show
like
me
it.
his phone and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I love the crease in it. You know?
Yeah, I love that crease. I think they got a little better at it. Anyway, so I'll check out this podcast. So we're gonna check. So we've talked a lot about today. This is the week, T-Man week, Masters Mo2
We
week.
we are loving it.
Mo2 week. Now, the it's making $30 million. Making $30 million, and it's set up for a sequel, whatever. Just like you got to Aquaman it. You should have Aquamaned it. Okay, the Aquaman movie is fucking amazing because it has 6 movies in it. You have like topos in it. You have the trench. Like it's just like it's so many things. They did a lot. It's good. We're going to review it after this, but I want to show you something because I feel like all we talk about is these movies coming out and not going to make any money. There's not going to
Yeah.
be more of them. And you're saying that, well, hold on, because you'll probably say that with this. This is an Amazon movie. Amazon's going to run all the fucking time. Amazon's going to run this movie all the time, and maybe there'll be enough groundswell that maybe they'll make another one. Well, I
I'm
don't think they can. I can't imagine that they can. Because here's the other part too that I don't like. It seems like from everything I've read, there was Entertainment Weekly had a big article about it. Whenever there's a production of this, they keep pushing that budget into this budget. Like I feel like there was a $20 million like pre-budget for this before it
yes.
got to this.
The
Because those
Netflix.
people's names, the knees, NEE people are still in this. So enough structure was in the knee screenplay that they took that. So, but that already lost $30 million for anyone's cast. Cool. So you did $30 million in pre-production. You have enough of the framework of the story that they want to keep because the movie feels like 5 movies. It feels like amalgamated 5 movies. So you, so anyway, and it's too long. But I think this is and I hope the whole thing is going to fail miserably if I show you something that you've already seen. But I feel like you would have sent this to me if you've seen this. So we're gonna jump to the Safari. We're gonna share it.
All right.
All right. Now this is a 13-minute video, but we're not watching 13 minutes. All right. We're gonna watch the last 7 minutes, and then I have a bunch of screen things for this. Do you know what this is?
No, I don't even know what you're doing.
Here we
Oh,
go. Someone did a 13-minute AI
13
Youngblood movie.
minutes.
13 minutes. Now, the first 6 minutes I think is dumb. The first 2 minutes, I'm like, is this Youngblood? Youngblood? I saw the clip said Youngblood. Where's Youngblood? And it's just Shaft in some other outfit showing up and fighting ninjas. Then he presses a button and then has his Shaft costume on. Okay. It's 13 minutes. So we're not watching the first 5 because nothing happens in the first 5.
All right.
I can't
All
believe
right.
you didn't see it. This came out 12 days ago. I don't know how this doesn't know my shit. All right, so you should be able to hear this. Let me check it here. Here we go. Here.
Is that all you got? What the hell are you doing here?
What are you doing there, Kurt Russell?
Jeezo.
I was about
is
to
that?
ask you
Who's
the
this supposed
same
to be?
thing.
Is he Graves?
Henry Gyrick?
parades.
Wait a minute,
There's
aren't you
also the
supposed to be
devil.
on vacation? Had to pick something up from an old friend. Heck, man, with friends like you, who needs undertakers?
Is that the
Hey,
battle
that's
cruiser?
mine. Oh, we're just holding it for you temporarily. Besides, looked like you were having trouble getting into want. I need you to come in. I'm on vacation, remember? Something's come up. Something serious. Potentially world-ending. I don't know, man. Is it me or is the world always ending? Sure glad you're on our side, kid. He won't be.
I don't know who that is. Wildcard Studios.
Wild card.
World
Hallway.
leaders, friends, and allies, humanity faces threats that grow more complex and unpredictable every day.
Who's that? We'll go through it.
No
Showdown.
nation can face them alone. We must work together to combat the ever-evolving dangers to human existence. Thankfully,
I
with
like the guy on the
initiatives like
hoverboard.
the Youngblood Project,
Right.
working to
One
safeguard
guy.
our lives against threats many of us may
Yes.
never even be aware of, we have more than a fighting chance to meet any oncoming threat
Riptide.
head-on.
That's awesome.
Now it is time for all of us to do our part,
Yeah.
to put aside our differences,
Oh, lightsaber.
focus
Look
on our
at that.
commonalities, to cooperate, to prepare, and to stand united for the future of humanity.
What happened?
I don't know.
My heel snaps. I stumble forward, grabbing the mayor's arm. He looks at me and says, "Is this how you always make an entrance?"
Now, there are some who have heavily criticized your program, citing it as the instrumental turning
2 minutes,
point
120
that would
seconds.
eventually see the total collapse of the entertainment industry, effectively killing Hollywood.
I'm laughing because that's funny. Hollywood died way before the Youngblood program was born, and you can thank their hubris for that.
That is amazing.
The people
Oh, look
made
at
their
that.
decision, and can you blame them? Why believe in fake heroes
In the
when
ball,
we
in
can
the
give
ball.
them the real thing?
I'll gurgle. That's like too perfect casting.
Why are you trying to be dread motorcycle? The dread on it. What are they riding?
So, is that Shelly?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, horns.
She's sweating underwater.
That Infinity. This I like. I think this is pretty fun. Sabra. Man,
Masada. That is good.
not. Yeah. You're not Tom Stain. Boys for you. Charlie Hunnam. Thanks for helping. He didn't do anything. I don't know why movies don't do that. Have like the actual date and time. Like that's no. Oh no. I don't remember this platform at all. I don't know what this is. Dirty children. Does blood open the door? What is this?
Young blood.
His Youngblood. Is his Youngblood open? He has
get
to
it.
bleed on it every time. Get it?
There's an entrance.
Mac, man. Yeah.
Oh man, look at that.
Right.
We have the chance to be something different, to inspire hope in the darkest days to come.
That's ridiculous.
That would do it. How much do you think? Okay, so everything we talk about is this. Everything we talk about is that these movies can't make any money. You think they're just going to throw them on streaming, and then eventually they'll make the money or something. That's a loss leader that they're just going to put that out. This, I think, is we don't want cartoons, full cartoons. It doesn't really exactly hold as much. Like I feel like when I'm watching the Master Universe Revolution, as good as that is, it's not like this. Doesn't feel real.
Right.
Doesn't feel,
Right. We
So, but what
as
are
kids,
your first impressions
as
of this? What do we think of
of
this?
of Youngblood,
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's really impressive.
yeah.
It's
Pretty good.
funny this is up because I was saying to Brian and Walt yesterday, I said, with He-Man not doing great, like there goes your Thundercats movie. There goes your, Mask is a little maybe because the whole Transformers G.I. Joe, we don't know where Hasbro and Paramount are going with that. And I said, what does that leave for us? Like what is left that we really want to see in our lives? And I said, for me, it's Youngblood. I've always felt Youngblood could be something new, something a little more violent, like a John Wick meets Avengers, but X-Men, you know what I mean? Like there's
Well,
something a little more raw there that's possible.
it could course correct it from. There's a disconnect. I listened to something yesterday. They talked about droid. They talked about Mandalorian Grogu, and droid armies don't do anything to our brain. When you fight a droid army, it doesn't do anything. And Lucas started it in Attack of the Clones or whatever, Phantom Menace even, right? So when they're about to fight a bunch of people that aren't people, no, we just don't care. We know the outcome. We know what's going to happen. There's no danger at all. There's zero danger.
Yes. Centauri. It's the Centauri in
Yeah,
Avengers. It's
exactly.
the
It's
Ultrons in the second Avengers. It's the
whatever.
alien in the next Avengers. It's the aliens in the next Avengers. Like, it's cool
Yeah,
that you get to
it's
show off
it's
your hero's
faceless.
powers,
It's
but
faceless aliens that are
and
basically clones that are zombies. They're not,
yes,
or they're reanimated. What they say, you know what I mean? Like so, or yeah. So with something like this, but you can't go as hard as the boys. They do the one shot here, which basically is the Youngblood one shot of Fire, right? Blowing up
right.
Saddam Hussein. Then they want to go Saddam Hussein. It's fine.
Hassan Hussein.
Hassan Hussein. But overall, I mean, if you could do something like this, but I don't know if it's the problem, but like, can you make a full feature like this and like make it that it looks more consistent, right? Because Kurt Russell
Right.
looks a little inconsistent.
Yeah, sometimes Kurt Russell
Alan Rich and Shaft
looks like what's the name Bridges.
looks like Jeff Bridges.
He does. Some his face changes. You're
Yeah,
like, oh wait a minute, look, there's Jeff Bridges. Bad Rock's got metal on his face. There's some like this. He's really perfect casting for Shaft. It's like ridiculous. But he's
yeah,
also perfect casting for Sabretooth. He's also perfect casting. I would take him back as Iron Man.
yeah. Who is this?
Showdown. She's like in Youngblood number
Showdown.
3
Yeah, see, I don't remember. Who would we? Oh, is this Shaft in a? That's
in a
Shaft
in a back to tank
in
maybe.
a back to tank. Yeah, there we go. That's fine.
Yeah, Riptide's pretty awesome. I don't know why they give her a little board. She doesn't need a little board,
They
but
love it. She does whatever she wants. This one, this is that. What's that guy's name?
lightsaber,
Night Saber. Knight Saber.
lightsaber, and he's Australian.
Yeah.
Australian.
What's back here? You have like a Decepticon. It was like a Youngblood Decepticon Deadpool symbol.
Right.
Yeah, I guess like whoever is the actor for who's the fast guy on The Boys. It's like they got
Oh, the A-Train
him.
guy? Yeah.
Yeah, it's A-Train and like Sam Wilson like put together, you know.
Yes.
I feel like they kept changing. Like there's, oh yeah, I couldn't get a good shot of that, but it's not bad. You know, you don't like this. I knew you wouldn't like
Metal?
this.
No,
Yeah,
no, because he's not metal. He's bad rock.
he's a bad rock. He's a bad rock. But that's
I mean,
like,
it
you
looks
you
cool.
say
Like I
you
do
put
like the
things in
idea.
prompts. Yeah.
I do like the shoulder pads are metal. Like that's kind of funny to me. Like he doesn't need fluffy. He doesn't need pads. He doesn't need
Oh
padded
yeah.
shoulders. You know, this
Right.
isn't
Right. Right.
an '80s woman's power suit. I mean, I'm down for the shoulder pads, but make them look useful. Make them look awesome like that.
Yeah. I do like this. This like because again, late night's very prominent. Who's that? Photon.
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 That
She
looks
looks
cool.
different here. Yeah, she looks different.
Different girl. I'm different.
I like when and
I
it's
like to
not.
say that. I like to say that before you do, just to mess with you.
I'm different, girl. I'm different. Like I liked it when they had the shot of the kids and the young blood like kept shifting, like on the kid's chest. Like it's pretty funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to dissect this out. I took a bunch of screenshots of like I forget who I want to ask you like who is this? This is the new character, right?
Yes, the new
Is this
character, right? He started off in a. Where did he come out? It wasn't Bowers Run. I thought he predates Bowers Run, but he's neat looking. I forget his name right now.
Yeah, I thought it was Bloodshot at first. You get in the
No,
mall,
it
get in
was
the
not
mall. You didn't get the
Bloodshot,
full didn't get the full mall scene.
but we should. That's a good way to open a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just. I mean, it's easy to move Josh Brolin from Cable to Battlestone,
Right, right, right.
but he looks cool.
This is ridiculous. Judge
Like,
Dredd, just full Judge Dredd. And who's this guy?
uh, yeah, I don't even know.
Just
Keever,
a
we'll call him Keever. He had other characters. Keever, he had Stevenson. He had a character named Stevenson.
just put the Judge Dredd just right there. Judge Dredd.
Dude, that's hilarious. Like, don't even try. Suprema was a surprise.
Yeah, I figured you like that. What are they on? If she's on a board, I guess they have boards too. You know?
They should be on boards. She should be able to control the water so they can follow her on the boards, but she should just be surfing on the water.
Yeah, this guy loves it. This guy loves the AI porn of Riptide, really.
I don't blame him. Roger Cruz did too. Roger Cruz had so many ass shots of her in his run. He loved her.
Who's that again?
That's Masada.
Oh,
She's
okay.
she's from Israel. Shh. Let's not talk about Israel on the show.
Is that Namor? Roman?
Where? Who?
Who's that?
Combat. Combat.
Who's that coming? Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, there's another guy later. I forget this. Look at that.
Dutch. Chap yaps. Dutch.
Chap. Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool scene where she's growing. Like it looked
That's
good.
very Ant-Man. Yeah, I thought this was the best. I thought that was the best because it was a gradual,
Yeah.
you know, it was a gradual grow. Did pretty. There you
Troll.
go. You weren't expecting that.
I was not expecting Troll, dude.
This is where they got a good model for Chapel, and they kept that model. But yeah, there's a couple shifting. There we go. Look at
There
that.
we go. Still got the metal head, but that's the McFarlane toy. That's the Youngblood 6
Yeah.
Team Youngblood 9 costume.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have other costumes here. That's nice. Knight Saber.
That's right.
Sci-fi. You got the blood in there. Very boy.
Yeah.
That's a boys inspired. This guy loved this shot. And we had to go back to it. This guy's doing nothing. He didn't help at all. Guy didn't help at all. He just watched. It's like, watch me with this. Look at this. Look what I'm doing.
He's like, watch me stick, guy.
Yeah. Why don't they do this? That's dope. I think that's really good. I know comic book movies are doing that. Do that. That makes sense. You know? I saw someone put up the other day where people were so fucking and people were like, "Oh, was it artistic choice?" Do you remember in the Hulk movie when like the guy it explodes and Talbot goes like this and then it freeze frames and they wrap it around? It's like, what did you guys just
Yes.
run out?
Yeah.
None of the movie does that. Zero of the movie does that ever. And they're just like, I guess we didn't finish the shot, or you do a fire effect in the front. I don't know. I'm just saying that if you're going to do this, and yeah, okay, so is he like there? He kind of puts it in something, but it doesn't. That's not how that works. And then later on, he doesn't put it in anything. He just kind of puts it.
It's like when you tap your card. You don't have to put anything in anymore. You just tap it.
Yeah, this guy loves Riptide. Look at this.
Brahma. Looks cool.
That's Down Richardson again. That guy's just everything.
Just keep using them.
Who's he punching? I put that back later. I couldn't figure that out. I think I have
I don't
another
know.
shot of it because I went back. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's probably strong arm. Just they just made him look different.
There you go, boy.
There we go.
That's
See,
like you're drawing.
Yeah.
But this is what? That's not really Die Hard 1. It's not really
No,
Die Hard 2.0.
Right.
It's like
In a
combination.
movie, yeah, it'd be a combination.
Who's that? Why can't I
Combat.
think who that is? That's
Combat.
Just a different outfit.
Different outfit.
Look at that outfit.
Every other panel, they all have different outfits, and that's fine. That's what AI do.
This is the first time you see this chick. Who's that chick? That she was with
She was in Youngblood 1.
before.
In the 4, right.
Before. Not Doom, not to be confused with Doom's 4. Look at this, dude.
Yeah.
Space Conan. That's
And
what I want.
It is what we want.
That's what I want.
That's a
Who's this?
scene. That's Johnny Panic and Paris Fiend.
Oh.
It's from Alan Moore's Youngblood #2. That's out of nowhere.
Wow. Yeah. That was I
And
couldn't figure
that's
that
a
one out.
literal scene. That's a literal scene from Youngblood #2.
Put some cum on its face.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
we don't need Robot Man. We want Bedrock.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's like he's putting like a metal mask over his rock face.
Because he doesn't want people to know who he is.
Right. Because even he doesn't know who he is. Because even in the first issue, he has two different names. There's a Billy Kincaid. Not Billy Kincaid. Billy Kincaid's the murderer of what's his name? John Tyler.
Jonas Tom McCall and Billy Kingsley.
Oh boy.
What's my daughter's friend's name? I don't know. Some
Space Conan.
That's cool. Well, they're from the Newman.
Oh. Hello, Newman.
Oh, Newman.
See right there? Newman. Charlie Hunnam, and then we just get, is that Maximage?
I guess so. The newer costume, Maximage.
Maximage.
You got Cougar in there.
Who died?
I don't know.
Hawthorne Krogan died back here.
Not Hawthorne Krogan.
Who died? I don't know who died. Put some leaves on that shit. It's got to be a funeral scene. There's always a funeral scene.
Oh, uh-oh. Are you getting sick, Mark? You okay? You handled that last scene okay?
Oh,
that's why you're not going back to it. You're like, I'm not seeing it, Rob.
I'm not doing it.
Not doing it.
No. Fight those Terminators.
Looks like they're using Kurt Russell for combat, too.
Kurt Russell, everyone. I had to go back. It was hard to get. There you go. That's for you. And there's for you. There we go. Youngblood, everybody. All right. That's that. So there you go, buddy. I didn't know.
I didn't realize, like, I knew about it because people kept sending it to Liefeld, and I knew I had to get to it. But I just assumed it was another like half a minute one. I didn't realize it was like a 13-minute.
There's a
movie.
3-minute one. Yeah, there's like a 3-minute one.
Well, there's one we watched I think on the show like 6 months ago or a year ago, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And this one's even like crazier. Like, and Liefeld's not anti-AI. Like, he's a realist. It's not like he loves it, but he's a realist, and it's everywhere. And every movie studio is just jizzing themselves over getting into AI and not having to pay actors and not having to do special effects. Like, those special effects look half as good as the He-Man movie. So
yeah,
I
think the He-Man movie. I think they give up on certain scenes. They're just like, we don't have to finish this. They're not. There's enough good over here that you'll forgive this next one that's not that full. So, for example, when they're going through there's a chase sequence, and then it goes very Attack of the Clones, where he's kind of like like holding on to it and it's kind of gliding with it, and they're down in it. And then it's Return of the Jedi because you're going through, and then he's
Uh,
using the trees to kill everybody. But I think some of that like looks real bad, and they're just like we're fine. We look real good up there, so you got that. Like I feel like that's the issue with it's too okay. So let me go through pros first. All right, we'll do pros. Master
do the
Universe
pros.
2026
Six.
pros first. My favorite thing in the movie, I don't think you're gonna guess it, is Skeletor's beady eyes. I think that's a very cool animation effect. It's never been done before. It's fucking awesome. It's fast and it's scary and it's funny. Like, so
Yes.
that's so much fun. It's not really shown in the movie, in the trailers at all, any of the previews at all. They did release the trailer, which it half lands, where he does his proclamation and then no one does like maniacal laugh with him. And then he's like, what are you guys doing? Like I think that scene's pretty good. I think Alison Brie does wonderful comedic chops.
Mhm.
Um, my second favorite thing, I feel like the He-Man persona is good. I feel it's a little preachy at times of like I'm not toxic masculinity, but let me beat the fuck out of this guy. Let me rip off Goatman's horn and fucking stab him. Like it was a lot of weird shifting on it. I think everybody really got it, kind of nailed it. I feel like they didn't girl boss Tila, which I think is great. You know, I think Man at Arms was kind of great all the way, except they should have Ted Lassoed it harder. Meaning, like, there's a couple scenes where they almost have him be like surrogate dad, and then they get scared of it or something. And even at the very end, they try to do it at the last minute, and they still fuck it up. And I'm like, you guys just do it, just fucking go for it, just go for it.
They did it enough. They everything was enough for me.
Yeah,
The
no,
I love the close to gay comments that Skeletor would make. I thought that was hilarious when he said
yeah,
about his.
your
It was
creamy
just
thighs.
so you're
When
glorious, yeah, glorious thighs.
I think he says creamy thighs. I need to see it again because there's just so much that I'm absorbing the first time, and I know I missed so many things. But I feel okay. So
It's chock full of Easter eggs that
across
even I know I missed off.
across, I think is pretty solid. I don't mind the Earth stuff. It could have been 5 minutes less, but I kind of love. I think like we're big fans of Zashir Zameda. Period
Yes,
in SNL, very underrated SNL cast member.
right.
Timing excellent. I don't know if she left kind of uncertain. I don't think she was even there. I don't know how long she was there. Could have been that, could have been 6, 7, 8 years, whatever.
No, no, I don't think she was there 2 or 3
Not two.
when and
Yeah.
when she got replaced by not that she got replaced by her, but what's her name? She's like, I'm the funny black woman, and then
Ego Wodo. That's
nigga,
the way
nigga,
that
Woodham. Literally the next year,
SNL kind
she's
of
in.
does it, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the way, unfortunately, that they do that. You know what I
and
mean? And
they
that's
and
not great.
they have some similar vibes, which would made it even worse of a replacement. Like,
Ooh,
oh,
is
she's
there
not
is
even
there
like that
is there
different.
no black female this season? I don't think there is. They got rid of Ego Wodo. They didn't do a, they usually do a replacement. They have, you know what I mean? Like that. That's. I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's Ashley Padilla. She's boring. So I do like, so just quick pros real fast. I think Skeletor's voice is great. It's a little hamily, which is good, but it has a weird, like a little bit longer thing. I do have a pic of Skeletor. There's only one picture, I want to say this. This is the only picture that I could find that has Jared Leto, like it's full on, he's fully there.
Right.
Okay, but I almost feel like that they do some things to it where he is fully there, sure. But I feel like all these guys, they're fully there, but then they just kind of like CGI tweak him like a little bit because I feel like he's not there, you know. But apparently, and this was in an Alison Brie interview, because he's a fucking weirdo, he has to put blood all over his face because he's a fucking weirdo. Like and I don't really care because and apparently he got paid supposedly $5 million to not promote the movie.
That's crazy.
I feel that if you have Jared Leto in it, you had a Randor, you had a Keldor scene, right? But do you want to do a Scar situation? Did they want? I think that might have even been in there, and maybe they took it out. Like, do you think so? Because if for the listeners, viewers that don't know, uh, Keldor is King Randor's half older brother. Does that sound right?
I think older is what they've recently kind of come up with,
Yeah,
but since he's like a bastard child, he wasn't in line to be king.
which is Loki, which essentially Loki is a bastard son of Odin. So it's there's
Well,
too many Thor pulls in a way. You know what I mean?
he's
So
adopted, right? Or
no,
stolen
no.
from his killed father.
Yeah, I think in classic mythology, it's a blood. He's half brother. But I think that you're right. I think they do the
Yeah.
adopted. So, but you know,
There's
Odin's a
so
scam.
little known about Vikings, Mark. It's like almost everything we know about Viking is from like one like Muslim guy who went there and just wrote like a story. And
Right,
that's like
right.
that's how we know like almost everything. There's like nothing written down. It's crazy. We're learning more now because we're finding stuff, but like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
But this is it. This is the one scene that this is the only picture that I know of
I
that leaked.
I do
That's it.
get what he's doing. Like you're supposed to, like you're looking at a guy's skull face. Like it should be disturbing. You should be uncomfortable. And then you're looking at handsome Jared Leto. Like no,
Right.
do something a little weird. Make people like stare. And I don't know if it comes off in any scenes in the movie. I don't know if that shows or not because these are all like actors and they're used to looking at weird stuff. So he
Right,
may
right,
be
right.
doing it for no reason, but I understand why he's doing it.
Right. What shocked me is the trap jaw makeup is like not CG touched. I saw like on-set pictures of that fucking guy, and that's not CG touched. Like that's correct. That's correct face. That's insane.
That is
That's
insane
so
because
good
it
look.
because
That's crazy.
and that was a really cool character. The Trapjaw was so every character in this movie. Like I'm not that familiar with. I don't remember Goatman. I don't remember him at all.
Goatman is only in was only in a mini comic. That's why. Uh,
Okay,
so the things that they added whatever the forgettable girl boss who pushed to the joke. Every joke had to play twice to four times. If you say Fisto, you got to do it four times. You do Ram Man, he has to do two-time joke. Um,
but
you push me into
they were
which
well
is
called
lockers. You push me
back.
into lockers. Like, there's lockers on
Is there
Eternity?
lockers? Maybe.
I don't know, but they got to do that twice. You got to do everything twice. There's just so the cons basically is every joke was done twice or more. Every Easter egg or meme that's ever been done had to be done once or twice. If you cut out half, if you just shortened the recognition, if you have the "What's Going On" song, then you have him say "What's going on." You don't have to have him say it. It's already being said. It's already, you know. It's also really hard when you do needle drops and then you rearrange parts of the song. The score is really cool, but why isn't the He-Man theme? The He-Man's at the very, very end, which is not an action sequence. Weird. When they laugh and they do the lean back laugh,
Yeah.
funny, but it's 2 seconds too long. It was 8 seconds. You could cut it in half. Like everything, I think, and I don't know if they
But
did the Randor stuff
how
right.
great were their costumes at the end though? Like I want a movie
I
just in those
want that.
costumes.
We're never,
Give me
but
the
again, that's him
yeah.
reverse Bumblebee. It's a reverse Bumblebee situation, Travis Knight. You reverse Bumblebee'd it. You gave us like the accurate costume ending. You gave us listen, surprising. I liked Roboto, but what was cool about Roboto is that I wasn't taken out that it was Kristen Wiig. I think she did a pretty good job. I didn't know it was Kristen Wiig ahead of time, which is
I
good.
forgot. I forgot.
Right,
Like
but
I'm watching
they
it.
did a good job. Cringer, I don't know if that landed for me. I also don't know, like they're in a dungeon and he can just kind of be there and not there. You know what I mean? And then he does a War Machine line where he's like, "Next time, baby." You know what I mean? He's like, "I'm gonna in 20 minutes or so. Actually, I'll put that shit on." You know what I mean? But like it
Well,
just,
he wears it at the end when they're all wearing costumes.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
costumed
So
up. It's not like
I do like. I think that scene's really good with him jump. I mean, look, Battle Cat rules. It's a fucking giant cat. Awesome. You know what I mean? I do like the comic book store, sort of. It's still inaccurate. I do like that there's just big Jim figures. Big Jim's a big deal there. And
yeah.
where Big Jim battled the Big Jim
This is where
Tiger.
Big Jim took off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Jim took off in this universe. Great. Highlander exists in this universe. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, so you do a couple things. Yeah, the score was weird to me. They love that Eternia theme. I feel like they recorded it once. They're like, we got Brian May recorded it. Like, we're just gonna play it the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Well,
I
it's
feel
good to
that
have.
that
I
felt like
felt
that felt like a cartoon because the score in the old cartoons like it would just be whatever the fuck they're doing. It would just say,
yeah,
"Hey man," you know what I mean? They would just
yeah.
whatever the fuck they're doing.
He could be eating cereals like dun, 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 dun.
It's the same shit. They're just
Yeah.
walking around, you know. So that holds. But I feel like it got a little marvelly in that they can't have an emotional beat. Also, like similar to Ted Lasso, where the emotional beat, or actually worse, at shrinking, is you have an emotional beat and then you got to be like, I love your shoes. You know what I mean? You got to be like, so they have the hug, you have the embrace of Man at Arms and Tila, and then you have to have Adam join in, and then beat the joke to fucking death. He's like, I'm gonna beat this fucking joke to fucking death. Lots of Trapshaw, great. Very minimal Tricops. Tricops felt like he was in another movie over there
Did
somewhere.
did we not see his thing spin?
I maybe once, but it didn't have any purpose. You know what I mean? Like it
I
didn't.
missed it if we did.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
what's crazy for me, and then I know prized it afterwards. Mark, who's the 3 or 4 biggest Skeletor villains? It's always Beastman, Trapjaw,
Mhm.
Evil Lyn, Merman.
Merman. Merman's in it. Merman's in it, but Merman is
Oh,
in
I missed
it
him.
as Merman's in the Orko scene. There's Orko.
Oh, I was so
Uh,
busy staring at Orko, I didn't see him. But
yeah,
but I
but
I
it
know
but
prized
it's
it. I know prized it
yeah.
because this focused on Eternos, capital city of Eternia. They
Yeah.
focused on that. So if they were probably like, well, if we do a sequel, then we'll focus on like Stratos, because Stratos was one of the first He-Man
Right.
heroes.
Sure.
So we'll focus on Avion, or we'll focus on where Buzz-Off is from. Claw, and then we'll do ocean stuff with Merman and Clawful. I love Clawful. I love
Clawful.
Merman. I love
Yep.
I love Whiplash. You know who should play Whiplash? J.K. Simmons.
The tongue lasher.
You get it? Whiplash, J.K. Simmons. Sorry,
I
everyone.
see what you did there. You did
That's
it.
what I did. I did it. Booch. Do it
I
better.
j-
Booch.
yeah. I mean, so but the merman that was in it was like just classic toy merman, not like cartoon merman. There's a lot of stuff that they combined. Like I said, the girl boss girl, she was in the newspaper strip. They have the one villain. Let me go back to this guy. They have Pig Boy. Pig Boy. Let's see. So this guy's in the '87
The
movie,
right.
and but I feel like
Karn?
the
What's
same
his
thing
name?
there, Karg.
Karg.
But
Yeah.
you kept showing him. They're like, remember that? Like I feel like the member berries were just out of control in this. So, like, you remember that? You got that? You remember that? You got that? They do this joke exactly, which I think is kind of nuts. So this a couple years ago kind of floated around, you know, where someone took this and then they changed it, and I
Yeah.
almost forgot about that. Pixel Dan talked about that a little bit, and he's like, And Pixel Dan, wonderful toy YouTuber, his biggest complaint basically is I like the conceit of at the end of him saying like, well, I left Earth and I had to draw you guys and I made up like kid names for you guys.
I
That's why
kind of like
Mephisto,
that.
Raymond. I do like that. And then I like he's like, what's my name? She's like, he's always say Warrior Princess or something like that. That's funny.
Or your goddess. Yeah.
Warrior God, but I think that's even. But see, that's and also they kind of play around with. I feel like they do her eyes a certain way because if and again whether they do this in we're not gonna get a sequel probably, but she's Sorceress's daughter. Tila's
Yes.
Sorceress's daughter. Sorceress is great, although that costume felt very uncomfortable for her, but
Uh,
she did like it looked uncomfortable, you know.
right.
But yeah, but that's Man
But
at
that's
Arms.
Man at Arms
Uh,
and Sorcerer's Daughter. Right.
yeah. So then,
Spoilers. So they like, let's take 2 brown-eyed girls who are very famously brown-eyed girls and
yeah,
give
yeah.
them blue contacts, and it looks
Boom.
specifically different. Like
Look, Travis Knight, he likes a low tripod is what I'm saying. I'm saying every time you saw Camila Mendez in a shot, you saw there's no way they had a costume fittings. They're like, okay, well, I understand what you're doing here, but let's just have a big white ass here. We just need a big white ass. And then they just film that over and over and over again. So, which I
I'm
guess
not,
that's fine.
I'm not hating. I'm not hating.
Yeah.
Now give me that shot in the cartoon accurate costume.
Now let's see this. I don't think you've seen this. Now this is the one YouTuber I forget is Nostaljack. Nostaljack. He uncovered this and then did like a 4K restoration. This is it's like the third commercial, and I cut
Okay.
out the beginning where he's like, "These are my kids," because this guy looks like he's 65 years
Oh,
old.
yeah, okay.
But this is the first filmation version of this.
It holds the powers of the universe. With Castle Grayskull. It holds the powers of the universe.
He-Man, Skeletor has captured Castle Grayskull. We must stop his evil power. To Grayskull!
It's very
He-Man's
like
forces.
Star Wars.
Leave him to me.
Here I am, Skeletor.
He-Man!
I saw that toy.
Skeletor is getting away!
But Castle Grayskull is safe with us. Nothing's safe while Skeletor is out there.
And so the legend continues in this Masters of the Universe collection. And in the imagination of my kids. Look for it. It's new.
Hopefully your grandchildren.
From Mattel.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Alan Oppenheimer on Man at Arms, and I don't know who the girl was. I don't think they even credited her, but it was Alan Oppenheimer doing, and this was 2 years before the actual cartoon. But He-Man was not the guy who plays He-Man initially, but it was actually the guy who was Shazam in the old Filmation cartoon, from what I understand. So
That's a pretty good.
But
That's
pretty good.
really
Pretty
sounded
good.
like He-Man.
Yep.
No, that He-Man voice sounded like the eventual actor who does He-Man. I always forget the John Irwin. John Irwin's He-Man.
John Irwin. Yeah, I think that's right.
Who just died this year.
Yeah, I mean, all around, I'm very happy. I do need to digest it a little bit. I would have liked to just trim down a bit. I wrote down a couple things where I felt that the roommate made no sense. They didn't have any connecting tissue with what movies is he watching, and how does that relate to anything. Like
Yeah, I was wondering that. I was wondering if there was some sort of all his work stuff comes into play later, and those other scenes where Skeletor's in He-Man's mind are hilarious.
That pushed it hard. Like, to me, that was like, oh, interesting. You know what I mean? Like, just push this a little bit more.
Because Skeletor is supposed to be nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I think that was great. I do like him basically being like Lundberg from all of his space, walking with his coffee mug, which is fucking funny. It's like, the Dolph Lundgren scene is so fucking long. Too long. I understand. You're passing the torch, you're passing the thing, you're like, I get it. But then he does do Good Journey, which I think is pretty dope. Him saying Good Journey, great. That's from the 87 movie. What were they coughing? What exactly? There was a really flat joke there they should have cut out. I know they walk through the mist or whatever, like when they do
I thought they were setting up a Stinkor scene.
Right. Oh, yeah, that would have been something.
I'm like, oh my God, are we getting Stinkor?
But see, then they just recover, and then they just start beating everyone up. Like, just cut the gag didn't work. They should have watched it in editing. You're like, yes, gag doesn't really work. Let's just take this out. So because they play the Highlander song. So to me, I that's so much, but that's not the Highlander song for most people. So for me, that's the Highlander song. So when they play the Princes of the Universe, I'm like, okay, got it. I see what you're doing. But my brain can't. If you do a sequence, you got to Edgar Wright it. You got to Edgar Wright it where it's going to be the sequence and it's going to be what you know. Because the second you start maneuvering it around, they did it with Friday. What they did it with? Is it Friday I'm in Love? What did they do earlier? They do a Cure song and they played it orchestrically before, and then they play the song, but then they start maneuvering it around a little bit, and I'm like, it takes me out. Again, that's probably just very minor ADHD pet peeve. But yeah, that one didn't really hit. They also have a real weird thing where they gave him no discovery moments. He gets to be He-Man, and then he starts fighting people. He has no oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't. He does a little bit. I guess a little bit.
He does it a little bit. Yeah, the trapdoor fight is very much that learning.
Yeah,
but also
got no time for it.
I think it's like a Shazam situation where you get a little bit of the championness with it. You get the champion knowledge in addition to being champion build. But it gives you so much. It's funny, the little things you're complaining about. They gave you so much. The stuff you're picking apart isn't really even real issues. It's minor things that you and I think about because we're 50-year-old men who have watched a million movies. But overall, I left it feeling so good Like I enjoyed it. It just gave me everything I wanted. And it's funny. There was a big guy in front of us, and he turns around. And he goes, "What do you guys think about the movie?" He's like, I went same thing, very positive. I said, "Listen, I know," and I start talking for the guy. I said, "You're looking for Lord of the Rings," and I said, "You were never going to get Lord of the Rings." He goes, "That's exactly kind of what I wanted." And the dude
No.
walks away. I'm like, that guy looks like a He-Man character. He was like a big as a bus, bald, like just like
Right.
looked like Ram Man.
Like Goat Man.
I'm like, is that
Right.
Ram Man?
Yeah.
And he had a faded He-Man shirt on, so I knew it was a fan. And he was really hardcore about the details, which is cool. But
Yeah, I mean, I like when they go in and it's Torak. They can't do. I guess the bike horse sound too like they just named him Torak, which is like Korak. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right,
yeah, Tarzan's son. So, but like I think that scene was pretty great. I think that's pretty good. They also didn't really show him like pay the guy. You know what I mean? Like pay him through fat. Like you know what I mean? It was like he didn't
yeah,
pay anyone. You know, there's a lot. There's a lot that it's. I think again. I would be curious. I mean, on all my free time, right? That
right.
if I just took it and I just edited it around a little bit, like I would like you could. It's probably pretty clean because, like I said, the majority of the stuff is just a little too long. You know, like it's a little. It's just trimmed a little too long. Like you can have I can have the Man at Arms T like hug scene, and then just take it out. I do like that he was like. He also got. I know we don't have time. He got into shape pretty fast. You know what I mean? So, but again, the things that shocked me was Mossman evaporating, which is kind of an Easter egg because if I never put him in my tub, but apparently that's the joke. Because people would take Mossman in the tub and all the moss would disappear off him and stuff and be real
Oh yeah,
gross looking.
all the moss flocking.
Yeah. So
Flock. He's a
so
flock.
they, but doesn't he get killed in everything? He got killed in. I feel like he gets killed all the time.
Was he killed
I
in
mean,
Kevin
he's
Smith's baby? I mean, all
yeah,
the
he was
time.
killed in Kevin
You mean
Smith's. Yeah,
the two most
the
recent
two
things?
times that yeah
The two
he's gonna
times he got
kill.
killed, Mark. He's not Sean Bean
I
yet.
have
He's not
recency
Sean
bias.
Bean yet. Um,
Right.
I like Boss Man, but I think He-Man treats him more like an elemental. Like, although I think the Revelation show kind of treated him like a Swamp Thing
That's right.
elemental.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. I did think the scene was really funny when he lifts the thing up and then she's like, "Oh, your loincloth's in the way" or something like that. Like
Yeah,
your loincloth. He's like, "No problem." He's still like peacocking. It's fucking awesome.
and
So
he's like,
there's a lot of stuff
it is heavy
that
though. Can you hurry up? Like,
right. Yeah, I think it's again, it's I thought Orko looked pretty cool. He does the lesson about toxic masculinity.
spoiler,
Spoilers.
everyone. We're
I
just
think
going to spoil everything because we've been talking about this movie
Yeah, we've
for
been talking about it the whole
10
movie. Yeah,
minutes.
so I think they basically Thanos She-Ra, right?
They did.
I
They
mean, they
Thanos She-Ra.
show because you can't show her. You can't
No,
you can't you can't Charlize Theron her, right? Like you do for Clea, you're like you're never showing up. Like that's never happening. So the game is on. That's what like the one podcast listen to the weekly plan they always do. The game is on. We're like, here's a bunch of stuff it's never gonna because that was at the end of Dracula Untold. You had Charles Dance walk away. He's like, the game is on. And I
yeah.
was like, yeah, none of those extra movies happened, bro. Like it never happened.
The thing about She-Ra is she just got a super strong Netflix fan following. Very weird. Like that show's very popular. I never watched a single episode. I barely watched
I
the She-Ra when we grew up. Like it was just like,
wait,
oh, it's a girl show.
yeah. What
I
was
should.
wasn't was she
I
well
should because
yeah.
she got the Horde. They got Hordak and the Horde, and I love the Hordak and the Horde.
Right. But Hordak is that's Hordak I think created Skeletor. Skeletor is the mentor of Hordak, and then I think he gives him the thing as a trick, and then it burns his face off. Like like
There's
he gives him
the Skeletor
the
origins. There's
staff.
like three of them. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
three different Skeletor origins, and they're all pretty good. They're all pretty much the same. But
Yeah.
the Icons of Evil miniseries, the Robert Kirkman written Merman, Trapjaw, the Trapjaw one's like almost tragic. It's like great. Triclops is good. They're really four good books.
Yeah.
But like none of the MV Creations books. That's Val Staples Studios. The 2000 X He-Man. None of those books have been reprinted.
Um
Like I mean, there's trades from
yeah.
back then. There's trades from back then, but like you have Robert Kirkman writing this shit. Like you should be making trades of that.
Yeah, Dark Horse should really do something where they just like we're
Dark Horse.
fine,
Listen, Dark
you
Horse
know.
is amazing because they've gone and reprinted every newspaper strip, every mini comic,
Right.
you know what I mean? But they haven't reprinted like any comics. Like, hey, let's make a deal with DC so we can include that Superman, He-Man, DC
Right.
Comic Presents issue. Let's get that, and then their three issues, and then throw the Star Comics in there. Right there, that's enough for an omnibus. Even though it's like DC and Marvel stuff. Like, just give us
Yeah, you
that.
should. Yeah, you should just be able to classic it. You know what I mean? Because I think even was it whoever Archaea, whoever has the Labyrinth license, they like reprinted Labyrinth like facsimile editions. And then they just do a weird Marvel-esque logo on it.
Which is cool. Keep doing it
Yeah.
because people like that. But the MV Creation stuff, they're really good comics. The Emilio Santalucia, the
Mhm.
Italian artist who drew most of that, and he's a super He-Man fan, and
Yeah,
that
he
stuff
does
is just
prints. Yeah, he does prints. I want to say that I want to say our boy Dusty Abel had something. I think I saw he did like an '80s like print. Yeah, I might buy something for him because I feel like
because you
I
loved his
love him
look.
a lot. I love him a lot. So, let me jump up to some news. So overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. I give it a B. Give it a B. There's my grilling,
Cool.
grilling. So here we go.
Did
Um,
Why are people excited about this? Is it fake? Everyone's like, "Oh, Avengers! It looks awesome." I'm like, "Where's the Avengers?" I don't see the Avengers. I see Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Captain Marvel.
these three were. That was the Bendis New
I know.
Avengers.
I absolutely
Like
know.
exactly. Yeah, they put
I
that in the
don't.
chat. It's like, what am I excited about here? What am
They're
I
not
doing?
Avengers. Listen, I like the idea of them helping the Avengers, being preliminary Avengers. I like that. But like, I like real Avengers, and I'm not trying to shit on this book before I read it because I shouldn't do that stuff. But I'm already bored. I like reading Spider-Man comics. I like reading all these characters individually and putting them on a team. This is more Defenders. This says Defenders to me over Avengers,
Yeah.
and not
Most
even real
recently.
Defenders. Fake Bendis Defenders.
Yeah, the
Bendis.
Bendis
They are
Avengers.
really
The Ben Avengers.
the Ben Vengers.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
Benders.
and Chip bores me and this is boring. Like I don't know. I'm just so fucking bored. I
All
don't know
right.
if I can
So
get
I
through.
I get there's some. What is this after? What's it called? Apocalypse? Armageddon?
Yeah, but I'm so detached. They killed Cap last week. I don't No
Spoiler,
one
Mark. Come
knows.
on. I didn't
Does
know.
anyone know? Does anyone know?
What
Was
they
it
kill
on
him
the
in?
news?
Did they
They
kill?
killed him in Captain America, I believe. I believe they killed Captain America, and then I think because I was reading something where they killed two Captain Americas last week because Captain America dies in the Ultimates 24.
Mark, what the hell are you
Again,
doing?
who cares? Listen, we've read everything. It's all over. We've seen Cap die. We're going to see him die again. We're going to see him die this iteration, that iteration. It's all meaningless. It's all meaningless.
It
It's
is all
all
meaningless. It doesn't move the needle. None of this moves the needle.
it's all meaningless. So I just don't know. I guess I'll try it. It is Chiquetto, which is great, but to me, Chip doesn't write to Chiquetto's strengths. He did for 3 issues, and I feel like that after that
Is
he
this
didn't.
is this Chiquetto here? The image we're looking
Yeah,
at?
yeah.
This gives me really strong. Mind you, I wasn't shitting on the art at all. This looks really good. This gives me Silvestri vibes. Remember Silvestri drew that one Avengers
Yeah,
book?
it's small. It's small in frame, which is weird. You know what I mean? A lot of Marvel and stuff now is, you know,
Like I do
face.
like this as a cover, but the team
It's
it just I don't know. Listen, there's a reason Bendis doesn't write Avengers anymore because we're bored by it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't. I don't want Bendis Avengers. I don't want whatever.
yeah. Turn on its head. So I'm hoping that this is the new Oni stuff, which they did
Like I
switch
said,
out one of
I
the
will.
writers for this.
I will give it a chance, and if it's good, I will come on this show and be like, Mark, it's actually really good.
I
You
don't know.
know,
It's hard
that
for me because I won't be able to read it unless I read the Armageddon Avengers. I can't. I have such a hard time getting through the Cap. You said you had to basically like binge it. Like you couldn't read it bit by bit, and then you're like, it's
yeah, and
okay.
I gotta binge it again. It's like I binged all the post 9/11 story. I binged that. I tried it. I'm like, I don't like this. It doesn't feel right. So now
Right.
I gotta binge the. I read one issue, but I gotta read the rest of the story of the post 9/11 Captain America, whatever. The present day stuff. I gotta read the present day stuff.
I wonder if Marvel should just Marvel Knights it again. Should just hire an outside firm because it's kind of what Archie's doing. Archie's like taking their new stuff, the modern stuff that they did. They did pretty good for a bit. They did it with Wade. They did the Wade, Fiona Staples. They did the Chip and Jarek Charm, Jughead,
Mhm.
which was pretty good. Then they did the Archie from the Archie Afterlife with Archie. So they did that for a bit. Then they just got. I think they didn't have like the right editorial control on it, or they just couldn't keep the talent going. So they dropped all of it. Then they just had to meet up with a bunch of people. He met Kiss. He met. You know what I mean? Like they just had
Right.
him meet
They
up
met
with people.
Sharknado.
Yeah, see, that's the lot. That's bad.
They're literally
Like
doing Army of Darkness right now. They have minor threats. Like, how funny is that?
yeah, like it's right. It's too far down. You're not elevating Archie. You know what I mean? You're elevating the other property. You had them meet Jay and Silent Bob, which actually wasn't that was pretty good actually. That was surprisingly good. So I think this is good. I forget who originally was writing this, but they're off of it. And now it's Ben H. Winters, who I don't know. He's a media person. That's September. Fabio Moon's interesting choice. Tyler Crook. Again, these are all like almost like Dark Horse people, right? Fabio Moon
Right.
is Umbrella, half of the Umbrella Academy. Tyler Crook did I don't know, 30, 40 issues of PPRD. But that's by Horvath, which that's the Beneath the Trees That Nobody Sees. So that's pretty great. Karina Becco. This is Kano's new style. Kano, famous for me, the Dial H for Hero,
Right.
which I think is a great.
Which is
Who wrote that?
awesome.
Will Pfeiffer? Is that
Yeah, Will
That
Pfeiffer.
sound
That's
right?
his best. That's the highlight of his career.
Great, great, great. New Lemire Nguyen. So let's go through it real fast, okay?
But
Descender. Did you finish Descender? Oh, you have the thoughts on Archie? Archie.
no, no, no.
Archie.
I was going to say, do you have an image for the new book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crowbound.
Because it's not his cartoony style, right? He's doing something a little more complete. Oh, it is. See, that looks neat.
Yeah. He's still doing like again the
Because I
most
saw one
recent.
image. I saw one image that looked really complete, and I'm like, oh, is he going for is he like a more finished style rather than his? I'm not gonna say it's a rush style because it still takes a lot of
Right.
talent to do what he does. But
Yeah, my only issue, like to me, it could be a hit or miss on me because like to me, like I really liked Descender when it started, and then I got to a certain point in it, and I just lost the thread, and I never read Ascender, Little Monsters I haven't read. It says, Black Hammer. I think he just did bits and pieces in Black Hammer. Black Hammer to me
Mhm.
is a Dean Ormstrom book with. I know he's sick, and they basically can't continue that. They're not continuing that, and now it's kind of weird that Jeff Lemire was doing a pastiche on JSA. Now he's writing JSA, and I'm bored by it. Can you go back to your pastiche? Like, I don't know. Do you remember what you did over there because it was more interesting? Can you do it over here?
So
Because
there's something about pastiche characters that is more interesting because you can get away with
yeah.
a little bit more. You can do something weird with it. I've always been that.
Um,
I'm a huge Conan pastiche character. Like, I would rather read Bram the Berserk than Conan, which is, heresy to you.
yeah,
But like,
you're wrong.
you get it. Well, no, you love Conan
Right.
ripoffs too,
I
but you
have
love.
yes, I have like next to me there is hundreds, if not thousands of Conan and Claw the Conqueror and Arak and
I
yeah,
I love Superman, but I love Superman archetypes almost more. Give me Supreme, give me
give me
Hyperion.
Samaritan.
Yes, wow. I like Samaritan.
Yeah. Um, I love the Robin and Batman books that he does. I think that that's the best thing that Lemire, that's the best thing that this team is doing because again, in my brain, Dustin Nguyen has a really good long storied Batman run through this collaborations with Dini. And that to me is the best. I think that the Jason Todd one was like difficult. I love that the fact that there's more now better Jason Todd post-death stories than Jason Todd stories that were any good back then. They were all fine. Like I was trying to reread them and just be like, why did everyone hate this fucking kid? It was just kind of nothing. I think that was annoying people. With Dick Grayson, they moved it around a little bit, and whoever was doing Batman at the time, they just like didn't really do anything with. And again, remember, there's two Jason Todds. There's Jason Todd. There's Redhead Jason Todd pre-crisis, and there's New Adventures Batman post-crisis Jason Todd. The post-crisis one, I guess that's the annoying one. But you barely had time to get. He was like 2 years. You had him for like a
Yeah,
year
two
and a
years.
half, and they're like, "Oh, you got to kill this fucking guy." And I'm like, "He's been around since '81. Like he's been around." So, but I'll try it again. I think we get real. I think
There's an interesting story
this
there to
might
be said.
this is more Earth stuff, less than sci-fi. So like I feel like a lot of image stuff comes out and we're like sci-fi out and we're like, I guess, like we don't really care as
You know
much.
what's interesting, Mark? What if you would have gotten Jason Todd? What if Jason Todd would have lived, like in the real world? Meaning, like, you don't get year three, but you
Real
could get
world.
a deeper origin. Like, you could have made Jason Todd into a much better character. I don't know. It just would have been interesting if he would have stuck around.
I like it when he's dead. I like he's dead and resurrected and then ignored. And then I think my favorite shit was when Damian dies. And then there's a Tomasi issue where he takes Red Hood back to like close to where he got killed. He's like, "Hey, do
Right.
you know how you resurrected yourself? Like, do you get what happened? Because I'm trying to resurrect my dead son." And he's like, "I was your dead son, you fucking asshole." Like, it's such a cool. I need to go back and reread that because it's probably better in my brain than what actually happened on the page, you know. But there
That's
was some crazy
possible.
shit. That was I love when Damien died for what 7 months, and they brought him right back. When he died, like Batman going crazy. Like there's an issue where he's dissecting again Tomasi Doug Mankey issue, I believe, or Gleason, and he's
Gleason, yeah, either one.
dissecting Frankenstein. Frankenstein wakes up and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm trying to figure out how you're alive so I can resurrect my dead son. I love my dead gay son." You know, like I just, uh, you know,
I
they
don't.
do such a, I don't know, very exciting. I like it when Batman's completely fucked up. It's also really weird. You think about it. You think you're going to have like more kids? Like if you say, God, that's the worst thing we always talk about. The worst thing ever is if like the concept of a child dying, right? So you have one of your
Yeah.
kids technically die. Your adopted child died, right? Got
Mhm.
beaten to death with a crowbar. Worst death you could possibly have, right? And then exploded. Awesome. You're gonna have more kids? You know what I mean? You're probably just like, I'm done. I'm not gonna have any more. He's like, I'll just adopt everybody. What's your name? Jace Fox? Sure, why not? Throw some fucking shit on. Like
That's the other
just
reaction.
adopt it,
You either
I
die,
guess.
you die to yourself, or you try to replace that. Yes, if people dogs die, they go get another dog. I don't want
No,
to equate
not
it to
me.
that, which is terrible.
Right.
Have more
Not
kids.
me,
That's
baby.
why you had like 10 kids in the 1800s because you were going to lose half of them.
Jesus Christ. Ay, ay, ay. I do love that. I can't believe that DC, like, normally when things come out, they don't really get better. So the fact that the DC Unlimited app has the stuff kind of going up in the next couple months, the Western hit this week. I'm very unfamiliar with DC Western stuff, but it's recolored really, really well, and it's fucking beautiful panel to panel. You got Gil Kane, you got fucking Frank Thorne, you got some Joe Kubert in there, you got some Neil Adams shit in there. Like, god damn, like just looking through that Western, and when I was going like panel for panel, then I pulled out and said, like, well, how many pages is this? It was 580 pages, right? I'm paying what, $85 a year or some shit for it? Like, whatever. Like, just the fact that so much is on there is crazy. And then there's a poll on another site where you get to vote for what's going to be next. On I think it was on third. I don't know if it was just a real poll or not. But anyway, pretty great. Very, very good. That's a great service. Great job, DC. Continually. Bad job, Marvel. Continually. I canceled that app. I don't even go on there anymore because it's not doing anything for me. I'm not referencing
Which
it enough.
which app?
The Marvel Unlimited. I don't even do it anymore because
Wow.
I don't care. I know I never thought, I mean, again, give me that $10. I'll go spend it on something else. So these are the worst possible stories. The adaptations for all of the Indiana Jones stuff are fine. They're all okay. They're not Return of the Jedi. They're not Empire Strikes Back. That's the gold standard Marvel of adaptations.
As a kid, I once started watching Indiana Jones, I was obsessed. And then when I heard Marvel had comics, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna expand this world, they're gonna make these incredible adventures. And then I started reading it. I'm like, these are the most boring comics in the world.
There
As
was
a
boring
kid,
comics in the world. You're going to give me two hardcovers, and the fact that they don't look like Marvel shit at all. That don't look like nothing because guess what? There ain't nothing really to pull from. There ain't nothing. We're gonna pull like a John Byrne image. Like they couldn't even put like an image on here that is
what
like compelling.
what
Not
John
one.
Byrne was gonna do three, and he did like what, one and then
One.
layouts.
Yep. And then Terry Austin did like a bunch of covers and all of it's the most boring shit ever. There's
I
always bad. I got them when I was a kid here and there. I'm like,
You know what I like better? Because I read it at the same time. The V comics from DC. Like I'm like, oh, these are actually not half bad.
oh, I never read those, but I never really watched that show. That show was a little too early for me. I think it was on at 10, maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. No good. So, I did look through some of the the new screenshots of the Mattel DC stuff. They look pretty. They're looking a bit better. They're
They
looking a
do
bit
look
better.
better.
I'm gonna say they should be hitting shelves soon. I think some of the 12-inch ones hit. That's a 12-inch one. So that should be pretty soon. Is that like an AI hand? It's odd to me
It's
anyway.
very
Let me go
weird.
there.
That's
Um,
funny. I like that.
yeah, I think these look really good, but I feel like they're doing. I'm not sure who's doing the art. I feel like the clip art is like I feel like you should just draw, like just hire Alex Civic because look at how like very
Different
like
that
Bart
is.
Sears. Yeah, it should be the same like art style. If you're gonna do that, you know, like you gotta do something like this. This is like they're scared of Power Girl's boobs. That's
They
like the
are.
first time Wally Wood drew like that. And then I think the bet was like I'm gonna make them bigger every single until I get fired. That was like the joke. I'm gonna make them bigger every single time. Because I just feel that like the Robin one here is just like who is that
It's
like?
just colored. It's colored too modern, where
All
everyone
of
else
it.
is
He's got his
colored.
big dick there. You know what I mean? Like it's all of it is not matching. It should match what that is over there, at least a little bit. Like that's or actually no, it should be. Listen, you just always got to go to Jose Garcia Lopez. You always got to go to that type of
Go to
like
that
if you're
style
going to go
and go to that 70s colors.
to the
I
style
understand
guy,
that. Like that, you have to do it like that because that's how he looked.
right, right. But I
But
do
that's like
like
the
yeah,
exception.
right,
Like
right,
that
right.
Robin should always look retro. That Robin should not have a modern. It just looks too
Yeah,
modern.
that's drawn by Andy Smith. You know what I mean? Like that that's what I feel like. And I don't know if
Something,
that's true
yeah.
or not, but that's like a Bart Sears-esque drawing. And yeah, the coloring is just completely wrong. And then this feels like clip art. That feels like that's from
That's that's such a
that's
not impressive drawing, but like, I mean, it's a good drawing.
there's a
It's just
billion
such a
drawings of
funny.
Power Girl. Even back then, you could even in All-Star Comics, like you could do something, you know.
She
But
should be
it's not
flying. You should just be giving us a flying. It should almost match the Supergirl.
something. I want to see what this goes for. This is going on Heritage, I believe, in a week or two.
Yeah.
The original sketch,
Oh, nice.
which I
Or
think is
sketched
actually
in
what's funny
costume.
is like his fast drawing looks like Frank Robbins. You know what I mean? Like that looks like Frank Robbins drew that.
I like that they have to
So
put an opening in the back of his legs. Like that's smart.
yeah, so that's fun. So June 22nd, the Prince Namor disco outfit that's going to be up. We'll see.
Has it always been called the disco outfit? I've never heard it referred to as that.
I never heard of that either. Yeah, but that's what it's saying.
It doesn't really look disco to me. It just looks like a different costume.
Yeah.
I would just call it the Namor Black costume, and everyone would know what you're talking about.
The Savage Submariner. Savage Submariner. I didn't see this, but I don't even know if this is like. I think the only way you should do this miniseries, the Green Arrow Longbow Hunters, like absolute, is if you do that plus Shadow, because I think like Shadow is kind of like interconnected and also has the same type of painted type of thing. You need to, I mean, but again, I think it's a bit of a stretch. You can pretty much find like Longbow Hunters in an afternoon and dollar bins. You know what I mean? You can find one, two, three,
Yes, I know.
pretty
You're
much.
correct.
So to spend $150 or whatever is going to be a lot, unless you get, unless you get a lot of things from Mike Grell, which is very possible. So Mike Grell time. That's it for this. Let me jump
All
over to the
right.
chat.
All right. This is we had talked about this the other week. This was solicited in previews during the Image United crossover, which may or may not get done. I know Larson and Liefeld still work on it. So it was like, who is all these characters, you know? So somebody saw this and said, well, let me go find Otley, see if I could buy this original artwork. And when he bought it, it was just
Oh, that's right.
Invincible.
Yeah.
But he then went on this huge endeavor to get the rest of the characters filled out. And everyone shows up good for the job. The, and the last person to do it is Dale Keown. But the problem with Dale Keown is he does not follow the model. Everyone else followed the model pretty much. But you know what? Whatever. You got a Dale Keown pit on top of a Marat Battlestone and a Paul Grist Jack Staff and a like Alfred Madman. Like I thought this was pretty awesome. Like this guy, and then he got the colorist of the actual comic to color it.
Well, is
I think
that
it
who
was
was supposed to be? Is that the lineup that was supposed to be?
this, and Kirkman was gonna try to put in every other Image character he could throughout this, because it's an interlude. It's like the Image United war is going on. What's the rest of the Image universe doing? Like we could have got Max in it for all we know. I'm sure Kirkman would have gone after Max,
Yeah, yeah.
but this
It's
was like a
funny.
pet.
Yeah, I don't think that Keown looks like Keown did it. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I don't think the mouth looks right. Keown, you're not drawing your own creation right. You ever think of that?
Keown, what are you doing?
Getting drunk.
But yeah, we talked about this. So I'm like, you know what? Let me find this and share it with our fan. Do you like this, Pete? Pete, you digging it? Walt, I know Walt listens. So they let them unionize. Dark
Well,
Horse let their workers unionize, and I was kind of surprised because corporations hate unions in America.
okay. Now listen. This is what's going to happen anyway. They already have their dismantle plans done, so it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. We're
I was going
selling
to get to
off
that.
like two-thirds of the companies. Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like it's like you can have your victory. You can stop by the break room on your way out. There's a someone's birthday. You can have half a cake. You know what I mean? It's already done.
You're probably right
Yeah. I mean
because
it's
that's
it's because we can't have it nice things. It's over. It's over, Johnny. It's over. It's over.
so. McFarlane's like, hey, ask me a question for my whatnot show. So I'm like, hey, did you have plans for this wacky issue of Spider-Man that was supposed to have Toxic Avenger, Nightcat, and Impossible Man? And he liked it. He didn't talk about it. He didn't bring it up.
That
But
was in what? That was in like a Marble Age or something? They were
yeah,
gonna
they
have
talk. I gotta find it.
yeah.
Milligan's like, we're not nuts, right? That was an issue, right? Like he was going to do that. And I said, yeah, I remember reading it was going to do it.
Can he
But I
do
think
Nightcat?
like
Because Nightcat's like licensed, right? Isn't that like a singer?
that was like a weird Marvel, not a good book. It's a nice cover, but it's not a good book.
No. Well, it's
The
weird.
Toxic Avengers a license. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
Nightcat we need to do like a feature on because I like the art for the clip art, but I don't know who drew that. It's not Dennis Cowan, it's not the art, it's not Joe Jusko. Just Joe Jusko did the cover.
yeah.
Whoever did that, it always looked like Art Adams drew it, but it wasn't. It was someone else like close to that.
Hmm.
I was looking through. I'm trying to do I found a bunch of them really cheap. I'm trying to do a Magnola cover collection, right? So that
Right.
includes his Starman, uh, Will Payton Starman. He did like 4 issues. The Kings of Pain crossover. But I was looking through the Kings of Pain, which I think I have, but now I have to have it in my Magnola collection, right? I can't have
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in the
Can't just
order.
have
You got to have multiple copies. I did also find Deathmate Prologue because I'm not exactly sure where my Deathmate Prologue is. It's not my Barry
did
Windsor
you
Smith run. I bought one this weekend, yeah,
you're
because I
funny.
found one. I'm like, yeah, Youngblood. Um, but I just because maybe it should be in my Liefeld collection and my Barry Windsor Smith collection. So I needed two anyway. So one of them,
Right.
I know there's no way I don't have it. That's the
Yeah.
part
It's
where
not
I
it's not a
don't
hard
know.
book. Not a hard book to find.
No, I can find it. And then I bought the
Ah,
other. I didn't have blue or yellow. I I think I had them, and
they
I
were the
didn't
most
care about them,
boring. Yeah.
so they
Look at
were
this.
boring. So
Youngblood 101.
oh, see what you did
This is
there?
yeah, see what he did?
101.
So he's pretty excited about it. He was hyping it up the other day, just talking because this is the Blood Cell. This is the new team that was introduced in Giant Size Youngblood, which technically hasn't even come out for the mainstream audiences yet. I think it comes out July 22nd,
And then this is after that.
and this is after that. Hasn't been solicited yet, so
101.
101.
101, baby. Oh yeah.
I bring this up because one, if you ever see an image trade, get it. They're kind of valuable. This one's not so valuable, but like I know all the extreme ones are go for a couple bucks. But I love the idea that a trade has like sparkly foil cover, like on a trade.
I
Trade's
have it.
going to sit. A trade's going to sit in a bookshelf. You know what I mean? You don't get to really appreciate it unless you
Tin
pull it
Men of
out.
War. The Tin Men
But
of War.
but the reason I grabbed this image was as a reminder to me to tell you that Mark Silvestri is working on a new Cyberforce comic. Whether or not he draws the first issue, I hope he draws the first issue. Cyberforce was like probably the least best image comic when he launched. I still liked it. It still looked great. But like it's not like you and I were like, oh, we love this Cyberforce universe. Like
Right.
Silvestri probably didn't really take off until like even though this sold like 600,000. This was like the least selling image comic. Cyberforce was like the least selling image number one. Now I don't know if the ongoing series number one sold more. It might have. It might have, grown like the rest of the image comics did. But Cyberforce has got a very weird history. when Ron Mars writes it, it's really good. He's got really good stuff with Kenneth Rocafort and Pat Lee. That stuff looks really good.
Yeah, I think I have the Pat Lee wrong. I think I just bought that recently.
No, they're good, but the relaunch set it in an alternate universe in the future, and Matt Hawkins wrote it. And even though it had some good new artists on it, it never like sat right with me. It just like was too. It was almost like they were on Eternia. Not joking. That's what number one felt like. They were just in this weird alien future. Like it never was cool enough for me. Like go back to the basics and give me that. In fact,
Yeah, I
go back to
never.
the. You know, it'd be an interesting story. Go back to the basics now, where it's been like 20 years, and maybe their cybernetics are like old and out of date, and like there's new,
Creaky.
like there's neat. There, yeah, they're basically like Tin Man in the woods, you know. Oil kern.
That's funny. We'll take it.
We'll take
We'll
it.
take
Give me that. So that's true. If you listen to this, call me up. I got
Um,
ideas.
yeah, I mean, I have a fondness for it. I really liked the David Finch, but see, I think I liked it as an experiment of seeing people come in and like find their style, right? Like you had like Michael Turner like
Absolutely.
drawing backgrounds, and you had like Finch like drawing stuff, and then you had Devil's Reign, which was like the penultimate because you just had like Benitez on stuff. You had Michael Turner drawing Wolverine.
Is
You're
there
like,
a,
what the
did
fuck?
they make a trade of that back in the day? And why aren't they making a new
I
trade
don't
of that?
think so. Are they make? Why are they not?
Yeah, why are they not?
Yeah, I
Sylvester is
don't
on
know.
good. He's on good terms with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's I just
Like
don't
I
know if they if
understand.
they if they would think it'd be valuable
I
anymore.
understand why we're not going to get an extreme Marvel trade. I know. I understand that.
Right,
They're
right,
not
right.
going to reprint Bedrock Spider-Man and Wolverine Bedrock, and we're not going to get that. But Silvestri, why not? Even Jim Lee and it should be like, hey, maybe we should reprint Wildcats X-Men because we're on good terms. We're doing JLA Avengers. We're doing Superman
Yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man.
I
Like,
don't know if any it wasn't kind of crazy. Didn't they do like a crossover classics 3 or something? They had I feel like they had crossover class. Does that sound right? Did they do a crossover classics with everything with some of the other ones or no?
I don't remember. I mean,
Crossover
you
classics 2.
you can make a small trade out of Heroes Reborn 13.
Yeah, they ain't never doing that. That's a
It's
nightmare.
no,
That's a nightmare.
it's just another DC Marvel crossover. There's nothing else about it. It's just a DC Marvel. Yeah, is it great? No.
Wildstorm Marvel.
Well, which is DC?
No, they
I know it's
they
not.
don't they
They
don't do
they
it.
really gotta keep that separate. They really gotta do a better job of that. Don't You can't do with Wildstorm what you did with Charlton characters. Like you put Charlton and the Fawcett characters in your unit and the quality characters, you kind of merge them all together, and it kind of works.
It kind of works. I still think they struggle with Shazam. I think Shazam struggles always. It's always going to struggle.
They're all kind of a little off. They work best when they're separate. Shazam universe works great. The Charlton characters work good as their own. The quality universe, especially when they set up the idea that the Nazis won in that world, you make great comics out of that. That last
Yeah.
What was that last quality? What was that last miniseries called? The Freedom Fighters? Freedom Fighters.
Hmm.
That was great. Eddie
The
Barrows
new
draw
one?
that? Yeah. New
That was
one,
a
probably 8
Palmiotti.
years ago.
Yeah. Well, new to us.
That new one?
Anything after 2000 is new. That's our new. You know.
Mark, the Wonder Years would take place in 2006. Just remember that. If they redid Wonder Years today, it's take place in 2006.
Oh, here we go. See, it's Ryan Benjamin after Alex Ross, Travis Trest after Ryan Benjamin. So like the
I guess,
Travis go in and like tighten it, and then Ryan went back and did some more to it.
yeah,
Kind of
it's
like
probably Ryan Benjamin layouts at the very least. It's very Travis Charest.
yeah.
So, Shattered Image number two. It's got very little extreme characters in it because Busey had a thing, I guess, he didn't love Supreme characters. He didn't love extreme characters, which is weird because, you're writing this book. This book is not good. I shit on this book and I feel bad shitting on it because it's boring. Is that Ryan Adagawa? I think drew this one or Mike Ryan. Very,
That might.
Mike Ryan. They're very interchangeable.
Yeah. Obligatory bomb.
So, I'm just trying, like I said, at this point, I'm going through all the books that Youngblood was in.
I want to bust hands, but didn't like the issue right after that they got rid of him or something?
Yep. Yep. From all of a sudden, Barbaric's a big star in this series. Like, nobody gives a shit about Barbaric. I do. So basically, they just went back and redrew over Bedrock.
Ah, interesting.
And this page here, like Miracle Man down below, I seen the original art to this page, and it's supposed to be Kid Supreme. I forget if
Yeah.
Mr. Majestic was changed or not, but I know Mighty Man was definitely Kid Supreme.
Backlash.
Yep,
Backlash.
Backlash.
Stupid.
Tony Daniel stuff still looks good, and this one's really bad. You can really tell that was just bad rock redrawn. Like look at the face. His nose is like weird. Look at that. It's
Yeah.
so terrible.
Barbaric, baby.
And
You
so they reference the Spider-Man Bad Rock crossover, but like Spider-Man never met Barbaric. He's like, hey, remember me, Rocky? He calls him Rocky. Why do you call him Barbaric Rocky? They like didn't go back and like
wow.
change the dialogue. You could change the art, but you don't change the dialogue.
Nope. Higher Rocky. Remember me? We were just together. Wow. Jesus. That's pretty rough. Yikes. Yeah. That's what happens.
That is. Yeah, Superman 400, the book that DC refuses to reprint for some reason. I think I want to go through and like post every pinup from this comic. I love
Yeah,
Superman
that's a
400.
one.
This is another weird one. This was in Stormwatch, Warren Ellis Stormwatch run. They had a bar called Clark's, and they had all these just cameos in the background all the time. And this one, like, oh, look, there's Bedrock and Dragon. How cool! And look, the Clark. You can see the C in the Superman shield because the Clark was, it's a Superman pastiche.
Oh.
They took it away. I'm like, DC, you're printing the book. You could put a C in a Superman shield. They had Rock's pink. They took off Dragon's fin.
What the fuck? That's so weird. Wait, so this is in the digital trade or this is on DC app?
Yes. It's on the. Well, here's the funny thing. On the digital trade, it's this. I think the DC app just left it alone. So they're changing it in some forms and not changing it in others. And there's another panel, I didn't show it here, but Spawn's in it. And when you see it digitally, it's just a black shadow. Like there's nothing there anymore. This is cool. Invisible 60, Invincible War, they just did this on the cartoon last year. And they just replaced all the image characters with other Kirkman characters, which is fine. It's very hard. But I really like Otley's Youngblood. This is when Joe Casey and Derek Donovan was doing their run.
Oh, okay. I never read this far up into Invincible.
Oh, this is a great issue. And when
60.
Kirkman was
got
like,
50. That's it.
that's it. And then yesterday's was a nice Frank Quitely Master Universe cover, which is phenomenal. This is the MB Creations line.
That's real?
Yeah, that's real.
What?
Oh yeah. I got a bunch I'm probably gonna. It's like I think I want to do Superman 400 and then a bunch of Master of the Universe stuff that you've never seen.
Hmm. Interesting. 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 They did a good job with Man at Arms Mace too. That Mace was dope.
Dude, Man at Arms Mace was all that was doing some damage.
Yeah, the fights were real clear. You got to go back to He-Man to kind of finish it out. I thought the fights were like super, super clear. Like you knew what was going on. But he really like murdered people. Like he just kind of straight up like just killed a bunch of people. So it's a weird balance. That's what I mean. I feel like it's a different movie. I feel like they keep making they kept I feel like every other scene was a different movie. Yet He-Man like I'm gonna kill Skeletor, and then they're like we can't do that, and he's like okay, and then he'd be like let me do some conflict resolution. Let me do some like which I thought worked. I thought that actually was really funny.
Yeah, and I love that they doubled down on Skeletor. He's just evil for evil's
He's
sake.
just evil. Yep.
Mike Straczynski, JMS, was like, "Hey, can we do a little background stuff with Skeletor? Maybe show why he's evil." And Lou Scheimer of Filmation was like, "No, he's just evil." So this movie like just doubles down on what Scheimer did.
He's just evil. Like I mean, again, you can do it in two. You can do the Keldor, but you're probably gonna have to recast Jared Leto. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a really good performance. I did not know what to expect from Skeletor, and they did that's a really good new voice.
But I wonder how much are we, I wonder how much is helped by just the face replacement. You know what I mean? Like we're just, like it could have been completely CGI. We know that supposedly it wasn't, or maybe they just started tweaking a little bit, and maybe that's why, and maybe they did film a Keldor scene. I figure I figured there would have been a Keldor scene. If you're going to have Jared Leto, you're going to pay millions of dollars for this fucking guy and pay him more to not promote it, supposedly. Like you paid, you probably got paid as much. You got paid 5 million to 13 million. I think I saw somewhere on 13, but then I heard he got paid an extra 5 million to not promote it. And then some story ran with it, whether it's true or not. It said he's not happy with the edit. That's not why he's not promoting it. That was a smokescreen. That's not really true. But I would
Yeah.
wonder if he is unhappy with the edit because there might have been an edit where it showed his motivation. Why is he evil? But I don't think we needed that. It's too much. There's too much. There's too much lifting in it.
It's out of reach right now. I have my original one, but this is the mini Eternity mini line. Fisto on Stridor. Dude,
Okay, nice.
Fisto was always one of my favorites as a kid.
He's great. He was fucking awesome in the movie.
Dude, as soon as that guy got casted, I was nuts. I'm like, no, this guy's perfect. You don't understand, everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't understand how perfect this guy is as Fisto. Like, it's very rare when your favorite character gets perfectly casted, and it's just
Did you
like,
cry? How many times did you cry? I cried
I,
4 times.
I did tear up a little because it was like it hit me. Certain scenes, certain things hit me like really good. Because I've wanted a He-Man movie my entire life. I never liked the original '87 He-Man movie.
I
As a
have a
kid,
fondness for it because I could divorce it. I could divorce that it was a separate thing, you know.
it just wasn't He-Man enough for me as a kid. I was,
Yeah.
but like this is like it literally gave us almost everything they could.
Yeah,
They
this
tried
is
to give us
50-50. Like we leaned on Skeletor in that 87 movie because it's like the He-Man was an adult. He didn't do anything. He was just running around shooting people, guns.
yeah, it wasn't He-Man enough for me. It wasn't like
Yeah.
and I mean Skeletor looked cool. Frank Langella. I mean, you got Frank Langella to play Skeletor. Let's face it, that's a pretty and what
Yeah.
because his kids like Skeletor. I forget what it
Well,
was.
they do the only like mythological thing that they did with it, I don't know if I like that, is basically, the hammer doesn't make you He-Man. Or like it was very Thor where that's what they do in
Yeah,
Ragnarok. They're just
are you
like
the god of hammers?
you're the god
You
of
know?
hammers. Yeah. And then but I do like the retro of it saying like where Sorceress comes down and is like, hey, what's up? Check it out. I only appear to you, by the way, and this is what I'm gonna say. I did like that. I did like the fact that like he could have been crazy talking about it. It's like, oh, that bird just talked to me, and they're like, yeah, whatever. Like they
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
they just like throw it out every time there. So but I don't know if but she says that and he doesn't say that. I also feel it's weird that in this movie and the other movie, they didn't do the close up where he does this. They
Oh
do it
yeah.
from far away. They never do that. They didn't do it in the 87. They do it, you gotta bench press that shit, That's
Oh,
funny.
I don't
They
have it
forgot.
here. I wanted to show you something. I forgot to put it in the chat. In fact, I think I might have deleted it. It was a William Stout because William Stout did the designs for the '87 movie, but he did a design for She-Ra, and this chick went and
Oh,
made a cosplay costume of that She-Ra design from the movie, and it's very weird. It's very like not like He-Man looking at all. It
yeah,
doesn't
if
look
you
like
if you
She-Ra at
watch the
all.
William Stout interviews of that, he's like a weird contentious a-hole. He's kind of a dick because like they started but he technically was fighting for his artists. Did you ever see that where they they were saying something like, "Oh, that's going to make great toy. It's going to make great toy." He's like, "Hold on." He's like, "That's not in my contract. You can't make any of this. This is all my shit." And then he like fought back with them, and they had to like renegotiate a contract for them to put movie. I don't even remember movie toys that apparently there were. Apparently there was another line of He-Man movie toys. I don't know if they were really low print run or they
Well,
just
I
had no
remember.
impact.
Yeah, they had no impact because the toys weren't selling then. You got to remember the
Yeah.
He-Man movie was '87. That was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
year after the Transformers movie bombed. Like
Dude, the amount of
Transformers.
money this made like year to year is absolutely insane. It was like 30 million, 80 million, 200 million, 400 million, then like 7 million. Like it's insane how that's insane money. You had stores. Like there was just Toys R Us was a fucking store. You had the whole reason that's why I watched the Toys That Made Us again, and
Okay.
the only reason for the mini comics I think is insane too is that they were like the one they it was not Kitty it's not Kitty City. There was another Toy World, Child World I think it was called, and it was like a panda, like a roller skating panda, and they had to go to them because they had to pitch them the license. And they're like, "Hey, we're doing these toys. There's no cartoon." And they're like, "Well, how is anyone going to know what these fucking toys are?" He's like, "Oh, didn't you know? There's mini comics in them."
D-
And then they left the meeting. It's like, there is. They're like, "Yeah, I guess we got to make some I don't know. I just made it up." And then in the meeting when they went to I think when they went to Toys R Us, and they're like, "Well, what do you mean? We can't buy all this shit. There's nothing on." He's like, "Oh, you didn't know? We hired a company. They're gonna make a cartoon for us." Oh, okay, cool. We'll buy X, and that's how it started in there. And that's when they hired Filmation to draw what we just saw. Basically, they did that as like the demo, where Alan Oppenheimer literally voiced two characters in it.
I would love to know the time frame because He-Man cartoon comes out in what, 83? The toys come out in
Yeah,
82. The cartoon comes out
81
in
and 82.
83.
Yeah.
Black Star cartoon comes out in 81, but they don't make toys till He-Man gets popular. It's so weird. Like Black Star cartoon first. Filmation just does their own, like, hey, we are doing Flash Gordon, we don't own it. Let's make Black Star, which is super similar,
Yeah.
which we grew up with. And then He-Man comes along, and it's half the Black Star Flash Gordon. You know what I mean? They just like, hey, let's just redo this again. Only instead of Flash Gordon or Black Star landing on the planet, it's the mom, and the mom meets the king, and they have a kid together. So he's actual royalty. Like,
Did you see the
it's
Did you see
really smart.
the astronaut helmet in the when they're walking? There's her astronaut helmet is in like a little case in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
When the boy walks by, it's like, oh, there's the fucking astronaut, because that's
There's a
that's an
lot.
episode.
Like even
There's so much shit in it, dude.
even when they're
it's kind of
folding
insane.
space, that's supposed to be like the Filmation colors.
Yeah, I didn't get that, but I understand it. Again, I think they just I think I don't know why. Just use the fucking theme. Just use the theme. They didn't use the theme. It's weird. Like that's odd to me, you know? I know you're happy with the new theme. I know you're happy with it. And I know you're happy
Yeah.
getting Brian
Brian
May.
May. Brian
Got
May
it.
was
I
awesome.
understand. I
Sounded good.
understand. I know. It's again, I'm gonna go see it. I'll try to see it two more times. I
You
know
okay,
that
Gaff?
Ursher.
Gaff? All right, cut that out.
You want to go check it out?
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't recall how that went. I was surprised they heard off. You have to really loud, but I'm like, wait a minute. You got here, okay. We're gonna go wrap it up. We're gonna lose. All right. Okay, we're fine.
All right, I gotta go anyway.
Uh,
We gotta
That's fine.
wrap
I
it
know.
up.
So,
But
so that's the news. That's the He-Man. That's the Youngblood, dude. This is a thick show.
thick, thick as a brick. Listen, yeah, that you need to just watch that. You gotta watch the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes kind of sucks, but like, because it's just not Youngblood. Like, just I
Right.
don't know.
It's just
I feel like it could have been anything. Like they had like a 5 minute sequence already done, and they're like, let's just at some point this guy's just gonna turn into Shaft. And I was like, what? And then that's what happens. Like it's a ninja fight, and these guys talking, and then he presses a button, and it's just Shaft. So I feel like
a
they
lot of
had
this.
proof of concept of something else, and they were like, we're just gonna
I don't think
Youngblood.
Liefeld wants to do like I don't know. I don't know why these people are doing it. I don't know if they're doing it for fun or they're trying to like, hey, persuade him to do a Youngblood movie, but like he's not going to do an AI movie. I
Well,
mean,
no,
if
I think they're trying to Deadpool. They're literally Deadpooling the creator of Deadpool. They're like the Deadpool demo that Ryan Reynolds dropped of the
right,
proof of concept made the Deadpool movie get made, basically,
yes,
right?
right,
Worst kept secret, you know. But and then they did that with the like, I don't know, but see, I think there was a bit more nostalgic, and there's more money involved with Fox and stuff. So this you'd have to make it independent. Like somebody would have to want to buy this, Blumhouse or some shit. Blumhouse did buy news related. Blumhouse bought sick tick. Something's killing the children.
Okay.
Like some type of pretty big contract too. And then they made some type of comic variant, and then that's now the new hotness. They made 2,500 of it, something like that. I don't know. They have some Blumhouse special cover of a reprint of #1. I don't know. Again, I want that book to end so I can read it. Like to me, the horror stuff doesn't work for ongoings.
Right.
For me, it did for Walking Dead. Walking Dead became more of a drama over the zombie stuff.
Right.
So, but that book, because I read the first 2 trades and I really liked it. I can't, I think it would be better as a show, but we'll see. We'll see. But we'll see everyone next week. Like, share, and subscribe. Have your grandmom subscribe. Going to be on all the platforms.
That's right.
Go see
And watch
He-Man. It's already too late. Scary Movie, which just recycling other movies. Who cares? Made 56 million.
again.
He-Man,
You probably
30
didn't need to
million.
put He-Man. There would have been a better time to put this movie out. I think. I think the weekend after Supergirl would have been a really good week because then it's like pure summer. Listen, when this movie gets on Amazon, I really do think when kids finally get a hold of this movie, if you were 6 to 10, this would be the best movie you ever seen.
I don't know, man. I think it's just going to go away. Same thing with my girlfriend's kids saw the Transformers 1 movie and they're like, when's 2 coming out? And then she asked me, I'm like, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it's over. Like, that's
And
because again, they spent so much
you're right.
money on the marketing of that, so much money on there's too much prepaid money. That's why,
That's what killed Superman. Superman Returns. Superman was
full
loaded.
asylum. Yeah, it was
Superman
loaded.
was loaded
Right.
with Superman flyby debt, and they probably put the Kevin
You
Smith.
shouldn't be able to combine that shit together, but like that's what they do. I feel like this.
That's how you write it
did
off.
This movie, I guess, but this movie costs like 165 million without advertising, like something like that. It's like, God damn it.
You know what? They really didn't advertise it like that much. I think they saved money on marketing because they didn't market it right. Mark, the XD screen had less than 10 people in it because they didn't put an XD screen up till like Tuesday.
Right.
Nobody could plan ahead. And also, when you have to share a movie weekend, it's always got to hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you would have got
it's not gonna hurt a scary movie because that movie didn't cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like that probably cost.
It doesn't hurt.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe.
But like sharing weekends is always dumb. It's just a dumb move.
What's the big share upcoming that makes no sense? Dune 3?
Doomsday. Yeah, Dune 3, Doomsday.
Doomsday.
And Dune's not moving. Dune's not moving because they got the IMAX screens.
Yeah, I don't care about Dune, dude. I'm so not interested in Dune 3. I don't care. I don't, you know what? That's dude, I'm super close to not seeing Supergirl. I'm like this close. That clip of Superman and her talking.
I don't watch it.
She looks like she's 4 years old. I think she's supposed to look younger, but I think there's too many weird shots of her looking like she's like so young. It's weird. I don't know.
She's like in her 20s filming all this stuff.
But no, it's